Hello, I'm Dr. David Roberts from Manchester West Veterinary Hospital, and today's topic we're going to talk about the top 10 signs of cancer, what to look for in your dog or cat when you might suspect that they have something of a cancerous nature. Cancer can come in almost any organ. It can come on our skin, it can come on a dog's skin or a cat's skin, it can come into the heart, it can actually come into joints, even the long bones of dogs especially. Kidneys, liver, the spleen, all organs are susceptible to having cancer. One of the cancers that we see most often, and especially in dogs, is lymph node cancer. And lymph nodes in a dog are located about where ours are. They're right here under the chin. They can be right in front of the shoulder blades, and they can be between the calf muscle of the back leg. If you feel anything there, if you feel a swollen lymph node, your veterinarian should be alerted immediately, because that is a very treatable type of cancer, and it's something that we can actually put these pets into remission for several years even. The other things that we'll see with cancer on the skin is an enlarging lump. If you have a lump that's changing on your dog or your cat's skin or under the skin, if it's getting bigger or getting more hard, fleshier, that's a sign that it might be a cancerous process, and then it could actually be removed or even have a little needle aspirate done. Another sign of cancer is abdominal distension. And we see this in dogs. They'll come in for even a routine exam and we'll feel their abdomen, and we'll actually feel organs in there, the liver or the spleen, and it will be enlarged. And it will actually make the liver or the entire abdomen distended. So abdominal distension is another thing that we see with cancer. Chronic weight loss is a big one. Chronic weight loss can come from many other diseases such as diabetes or kidney problems or liver issues. But what we find is that chronic weight loss is also related to cancer. You might see other symptoms along with that, such as chronic vomiting or chronic diarrhea. That means that the tumor might be located in the stomach or in the intestinal tract, and it's going to create those types of things. Another thing that we see with cancer is unexplained bleeding from the gums. And a lot of times we'll find pets that will have tumors in the back of the mouth where you can't really see it, and that will actually create a bleeding process there. Another sign that we'll often see with pets who have cancer is cough. That means that the tumor is probably located either at the heart base or in the lung field itself, and that will create a cough. And in this cat, this is an older kitty that has a tumor. This is the kitty lying on its side. That's the back part of the heart. This is actually a tumor, very large tumor, in the lung field. And that is what's creating a cough in this kitty cat. It's also putting pressure on the food tubule, the esophagus, so this kitty's actually was vomiting also. But cough is a big sign of a tumor process. It's not always a tumor, but with our older pets we have to sort of suspect that. Lameness is another thing, especially if it's a single leg. If a pet has an older pet has a problem limping on a front leg or a back leg, they can actually have a tumor in the bone. Bone cancer is actually somewhat common with our patients, and it's certainly something that when we see that, we have to take action pretty quick. The other thing we see is urinary problems. If a pet has a tumor, dogs or cats, in their urinary tract, in their bladder or their kidney, that will actually create blood in the urine. It will create the pet straining to urinate, things of that nature. It's not always going to be a cancerous process, especially in a younger pet, but in an older pet we have to suspect that there could be some kind of a urinary tract tumor. The last thing we see is odor from the mouth, and we've seen some dogs and cats that have had tumors in the oral cavity in the mouth that actually are so large, but they're under the tongue, and a lot of owners don't see that. The pets still eat fine, but there becomes quite an odor that comes from the mouth. So that alerts us that there might be something in there that, again, needs to be removed because it's a cancerous process. So those are the top 10 signs of cancer in our pets. Those are the things that we look for. Those are the things that we look at as a doctor, and not all the time, but a lot of times we can treat these types of tumors. We can treat these cancers. We've come a long way since the days since I graduated. I'm Dr. David Roberts from Manchester West Veterinary Hospital. Thanks for tuning in.